Hello, everyone. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Nicole and I'm a content creator. This is part 3 to my toxic mother. So, just to give you an update and a quick recap, unfortunately, my mom has been using CPS, which is Children's Services, to harass me. And she started March of 2014 and now like August of 2024. And so long story short, there's been a lot of things like my son's behavior, his lack of participation in school. It's just a lot of side effects that come when she interferes with my parenting, because he feels like, well, can't nobody tell him nothing, and grandma got me. So I'm just tired of being tired, and I think my final breaking point was July 27th of this year, 2024, when I got a phone call from my aunt who helped raise me. And she told me how my mom had went to Gahanna Police Department and made a complaint saying that I was using my aunt to harass my son, which is not true. The sad part is that my aunt is handicapped, and she got like a walker, wheelchair, and a cane. It's just a hot mess, right? Because she's in her 60s. And another sad part is that I'm like the closest thing she has to a daughter because she doesn't have any children. And my son is like the closest thing she has to a grandchild because, she doesn't have any children. So it's just very disheartening. But I'm sharing my story because I hope and pray that, in whatever way it can be, to be a blessing to someone else. Like, unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there who, have children with toxic people, exes. You might be, in a relationship with someone with a toxic ex. Unfortunately, the situation I have with my mom is typically something that happens with exes or people who have children together. This is not something that mothers generally put their daughters through unless there's like substance abuse, which definitely is not the situation here. That's why it's been going on for 10 years, because they say legally if somebody calls in anonymously and it meets the criteria, they have to have the case open for 30 days, and then they'll close the case. She'll call again. They'll open up another case, and it's just a lot of frustration, anxiety, aggravation. So what I'm going to show you is an update, okay, because I am fed up. What this is documentation, because if you watch the first video and the second video, I was in my storage and I threw away a lot of the children's service documentation because I've been carrying it for like years, and I was trying to, manifest like that she would stop, and she didn't, because she's never been held accountable. And so I got rid of a lot of the documentation. I still have paperwork from when she took me to court for full custody of my son, things of that nature. So I still have documentation. But what this is that this is documentation that I'm going to actually turn into Children's Services, because I want a printout of every time Children's Services was called on me. I want, the timestamps. And the reason for that is because what you see right here is a printout that I emailed to the Gahanna Police Department. I'm actually working to get her investigated, because This is a crime. You can't keep on abusing the system, right? Because here's the thing. If I'm a bad mom, then it should not have carried on for 10 years. They should have established that and dealt with it accordingly, right? But the fact that it's been going on for 10 years is insane. And, you know, there's been times where she would get so frustrated because it wasn't going the way that she wanted it to go, that when I would have to go downtown in Columbus, Ohio on East Main Street and do all this unnecessary stuff, you know, interviews and meet and greets and all this drama, she would show up. So they can't act like she's calling anonymously, because she's made several appearances face to face, and she's taken me to court twice to try to get full custody of my son. So, you know, they can't act like they don't know what they know. In addition to that, you know, I do want her prosecuted to the fullest extent, because unfortunately, you know, these programs hopefully were intended for children who are in need of that. And when she is abusing the system, that's taken away from somebody who could benefit from it. And so I'm documenting this because, like, you know, oftentimes she'll cause all this chaos, and then she'll ride off into the sunset and like she hasn't done anything. And she's that type of person who people talk about when they talk about Christians, and how, you know, they don't go to church, or how they don't believe in God, or, you know, all these things, because they say, you know, there's a lot of fake prophets out there. And my mom is one of those people that can easily turn someone away from God, because she is a Bible thumper, and like this person who will say all these Bible scriptures but turn around and mistreat her own child, and the only child that she has. I think the part that is frustrating is that she, you know, mistreated me as a child, like mentally, emotionally. She used to tell me, like, your dad didn't want you, your dad didn't want you, which wasn't the case. She kept me from my father. And just like she's, you know, trying to interfere with my relationship with my son. So, I'm going to continue to document this. I hope and pray that, you know, if you are someone and you are in a similar situation, you find it somewhat beneficial. Or if you're dating someone who, you know, has an ex who's doing stuff like this, like, hopefully this helps you. I will continue to, like, document some stuff and walk you through this process of, you know, how to get them held accountable, because, you know, this is wasting taxpayers' money. You know, you don't pay tax, they take tax, right? Like, unfortunately, there's so many people who get up and go to work every day and can't afford food, can't afford gas, can't afford to get sick. You know, there's a lot of things, and 10 years is a long time. Honestly, I don't even know why they even entertain it. You know, someone should be sitting her down and saying, hey, you need therapy, you need family counseling. Child Protective Services is not that. But I'll go into some of the whys in the next video. And, but yeah, I just wanted you to know that this is where we are, you know, like, this is part of the process. And I am gonna, you know, prosecute her to the fullest extent, you know, because there's relatives and there's family, and so no one should do this, you know. I'm a mother, right? I love my son, and, you know, if I'm a bad mom, then catch it in the first year, catch it in the second year, catch it in the third year. But to allow this to go on for 10 years, there's something wrong with that. And they act like they're doing me a favor, like, oh, we're gonna close the case, and oh, we're not. No, you closing a case, you shouldn't have opened the case. Like, instead of keep on investigating the same person over and over again, you should start investigating the person who keeps on calling. Because the sad part is, the school isn't calling. My son was diagnosed with ADHD when he was 6. He's 17 now. And so every couple of months, he goes to his pediatrician. So, you know, they talk to my son alone one-on-one. They check him. They give him, like, not really a physical, but they check his eyesight, his ears, etc. And so the school isn't calling. The school counselor isn't calling, right? He's in therapy. They're not calling. It's just her. So God bless everyone. This is video 3 of My Toxic Mother. I'm going to come out with an additional video, video 4, and it's about to get juicy, right? But God bless you all. I hope and pray that no one is going through this, but if you are, hope and pray that you take from this video what you need, and that it benefits you, inspires you, and gives you encouragement. God bless. Talk to you later. Bye.